Collective, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm going to be pretty quiet here, but we're going to be reading for Leo. Anyone with strong Leo placements in their chart, or dealing with somebody with strong Leo placements in their chart. Somebody who is a collective that's getting together, or things are progressing during Leo season. Someone who is in the strength, right? The strength aspect of tarot, or the sun aspect, which are aptly named because somebody is expressing and utilizing a lot of strength, a great deal of strength to come forward and to pursue this connection. And the sun is all about illumination. It's about something. I'm also getting new energy with the Ace of Wands. And I have this song, for whatever reason, by Fergie. Is it Clumsy? The love bug comes back up and bites me. And I'm back. Can't help it, your girl can't help it. So somebody feels a little bit as if they can't help the fact that they're falling in love. And that's also Elvis, can't help falling in love with you. Fools rush in. The Fool is Aries and Aquarius energy. We have the Page of Pentacles. So this is taking a long time. So the strength, I keep wanting to say the strength element. There's an element of strength here. So somebody could have strong fire in their chart, obviously. And that could be causing a great deal of stress, right? It's a challenge for sure to wait, because we've got the Page of Pentacles. That's the slowest moving energy. There could be an age difference here. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So the feminine could have strong water in their chart. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So the reason that this masculine is taking so long, right, according to this feminine, the feminine's kind of like, where's my hero? Holding out for a hero. Bonnie Tyler. Maybe the name Tyler. Bonnie. I don't know what her sign is, so that might be might play a role. That could also put you in the age bracket based on that era of music. Excuse me, please. Bear with me. Knight of Pentacles. The slowest moving knight. This masculine moves slowly. We have the Hangman clarifying. So someone could have strong Pisces placements here. But the Hangsman is someone who kind of does things their own way, but they know what they're doing. They have a reason for doing it their own way. They have a reason for doing it the way that they do it. And they take their own time, right? Time is not really of the essence for this masculine, for whatever reason. Page of Swords. They're gathering information. They're gathering information because they want to make sure that when they make an offer, when they come in, that's it. You're going to be in this balanced, reciprocal state of the Six of Pentacles. So they want to make sure that they have enough to give this feminine, because the feminine's sitting over here in a little bit of an insecure place. Maybe not about themselves, but just, is this going to happen? Is this masculine ever going to come in? Am I ever going to meet my person? Or maybe they see their person and they're like, what are they doing over there? Hanging upside down. Like, what are they doing when I'm over here? And all the while, the masculine sees them as the Queen of Cups. So whether or not they have strong water placements, this feminine is sitting in the Queen of Cups according to the masculine. And they see this feminine has waited a long time. For this type of love, or for them in particular. Take it how you take it. King of Cups. This masculine wants to make sure that they meet this feminine in their energy. And they're looking away from the feminine here. What are they looking at? What are they looking at? I don't even know what that is. And I have 2015 vision. I don't know. Maybe you can see what that is. Let me get out of the way here. And that's kind of like that's the sense I'm getting from this feminine with that strength is, what are they looking at? What are they doing? Like, kind of irritated. It's like an old couple. I feel like you two have been together through many lifetimes. But I get this like, you know, like the wife who kind of rolls her eyes at the incorrigible husband who's doing whatever he's doing. I don't know what he's doing over there. He's doing a thing. I don't know. It's driving me crazy. But I love him. He's my favorite person. But I don't know what he's doing. Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Four of Wands is coming in, though. It is very challenging for this masculine for whatever reason. Because they're like exhausted by the time they come there. Take it easy, collective. They're exhausting all their resources. Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. So yes, age difference could be a factor here, but I think it's just because this masculine is presenting age aside, chronological age aside, this masculine is not, they have to become the King of Cups, where I feel like the feminine, it's more natural for them. This masculine has to study it for some reason. Maybe because they have a lot of fire placements and not that many water placements, right? So in order to get it right, like Pisces does in the Hanged Man, they will not make a move until they get it right. The issue with that is that in that type of energy, particularly Piscean energy, they take forever. They take a while because as the idealists and the dreamers of the zodiac, their idea of perfection is like almost unattainable. It's so dreamlike. And that's how this masculine is viewing the feminine, is that they are so dreamlike. They're beyond anything that I could have dreamed up. So there could be a little bit of a, is this too good to be true? And that could be why they're gathering information, because they want to make sure that they're not pursuing another false feminine. Honor. Four of Wands. And again, they want to make sure that it's right. They want it to be perfect. They want to make sure that when they come in, that it's going to be... It's funny how much water is in a Leo reading. I mean, it's not just for Leos, it's just the energy. But there's like very little fire except for the Four of Wands that has come out twice. The Four of Wands is the 1111 divine union. And there's honor in this. This masculine wants to make sure that they're doing this. So your Leo placements might not be your sun sign, right? Somebody could be having to, or if they are, somebody is having to like pull and outsource and it's insource from other aspects of their chart in order to approach this feminine in an honorable way, right? Because the way that they might normally approach this feminine, or the way that they may have approached feminines in the past, might not have been that honorable. They may have been from that Ace of Wands energy. Which is the phallic symbol. It's also about new beginnings. Maiden of Shields. So there's the page. This is the Page of Pentacles in the Native American Tarot. and it's represented by the feminine. So yeah, the feminine is looking at this Page of Pentacles in the masculine, and it's like they're sort of this longing. They're looking for their deer. Deer could be some sort of symbol for you. This is also Gemini energy, so maybe something in Gemini season. You could have strong Gemini placements. There could be Geminis in or around this connection somehow. But Gemini, the Native American zodiac for Gemini is the deer, and that is the lovers, right? So this feminine is like waiting for their lover. And it's kind of making them question their own stability, right? They feel very small. Not diminished, because Pentacles are about health and wealth and stability and value. So they still value themselves, but they are like, they don't feel completely abundant without this partner, right? That's typically how twin flames feel, and you'll hear people around you like, you need to love yourself, you need to do this and that, blah, 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 when you least expect it. And it's like, but if you're in a twin flame connection and on a twin flame journey, you expect this. You expect this because it is your divine right. You already told each other that you are going to meet up and unify in this life. So you're kind of like, just waiting on my person, because once they come in, like, we're going to be building this Six of Pentacles. We're going to be building this abundance in the community with each other. It's going to be reciprocal. And so when you have to do it all alone, when you have to balance that energy, it's very challenging, because your lover is out there, right? That's why people of faith, and it's here on the Ace of Pentacles, right? So the time that it's taking is kind of, it's challenging. Both of you. I mean, the masculine, and like the way the shading is in this, it almost looks like she's crying. It also looks like paint by numbers. Somebody could be into paint by numbers, but we have this sort of, this wheel here. So someone could be an artist, and like, it's like filling in the colors, which a paint by numbers, or like the coloring books, doesn't take a lot of creativity, right? It's already kind of laid out for you, so it's like, it's creative adjacent. It's just enough kind of like busy work to keep you creative. But like the true creation is when you come outside of the lines, right? When you freestyle. And that's what this masculine is going to be bringing in. And when they come together, that's what they will be doing. And it's like the feminine knows that. They're like, all right, I'll draw within the lines for now, but I'm wanting to just let my colors flow, right? Yeah, Three of Cups. This feminine could be taking themselves out on little dates by themselves, like trying to nurture that femininity, trying to hold that feminine placement, that energy of, yes, I'm the feminine. Yes, I'm nurturing. Yes, I'm patient. Yes, I receive. I understand that. But there is, and the feminine could be the one with the Leo placements that's being challenged here. That's some good coffee. The moon. And there is more Pisces energy here, because the wolf is the Native American zodiac in the Native American tarot, for sure. That's like a double confirmation of Pisces, the moon, howling at the moon. It's like maybe something with the full moon, but see how these wolves, it's like they've already imprinted on each other in the 5D, but they're like, where are you? Oh. Oh. Kind of reminds me of my one dog, Sable. Something about black. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. No colors anymore. I want them to turn black. The animals, there's like it's like your inner animal is calling out to this person. But it reminds me of Sable, where she gets very dramatic if it's like 5 minutes, before or after their feeding time. Like, she's like, I'm dying. It's almost like she has husky in her or something, the way that she kind of, woo, she vocalizes. She's a Catahoula mix, and so she like, whoa. But yeah, she's quite dramatic. And so someone could be a little bit dramatic about this. It's like, it's going to take as long as it takes. But there's the black, like the moon here. It's something about the phases of the moon and waiting for the right time. And the right timing could be something about Sagittarius season. Could be somebody has a Sagittarius placement, or somebody is waiting for the right time to hit their mark, shoot their shot. 18 could be important here. So maybe something on the 18th. The 18th moon? That doesn't make sense. So maybe something about 13, right? Death. Scorpionic energy. So check your Pluto placement. Or maybe you have strong Scorpio placements. But when you think about the Archer, right? The drawback, there's a lot of tension there. The tension has to be just right. It has to be at its peak, and you want that implied stress, applied stress. Because when you release it, you have no control over where the arrow goes, what happens with it. The wind could blow, something could happen, a deer, something could jump out of nowhere and deter your message, right? So it's like, I feel like somebody's like either on text, or if they see you, they've been like practicing in the mirror how they're going to say this. They've been like, do you ever just have those conversations with yourself about, fictitious events that never happened or haven't happened yet, and you're like preparing and preparing and preparing. Somebody could be like over preparing, and it's creating a great deal of tension in this connection, because once that arrow is launched, once that shot is shot, shots, somebody might need a little bit of liquid courage here, or that's the kind of the energy that they're in, is they're wanting to make sure that they come in sober. Like, they don't want to come in with, they want to do it purely from their own autonomy. They want to make sure that when they do it, that they're like, but somebody may need a little bit of courage, courage, getting like the Cowardly Lion. Someone could talk a big game. I'll fight you with my eyes closed. I'll fight you with one hand tied behind my back. But then they're like, I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks. I do. They're like, this is someone who's kind of like the Cowardly Lion. Which is just funny. Maybe because they see this feminine as being so strong in their convictions. Oh, what I was going to say earlier is that people of faith struggle the most, right? So even though you know that you're coming into this union, like even though you have faith in that, you know it, like from a place unknown, just having faith. And if you are a person of faith in whatever your faith lies in, you know that you are challenged more than anything. Not by your faith, not by the divine, but by everything else around you, by all the people around you, by all the shadow aspects of yourself that will try and take you away from that faith. So there are a lot of influences, external influences, that this masculine wants to make sure that they have cleared. Because they don't, when they shoot that arrow, they want to make sure that there isn't going to be any interference, or at least the amount of interference is reduced to almost null. because it's like, this is the one. This masculine knows this is the one. This feminine has everything that I could want. They're abundant, their value system, like they're convicted. And see, this feminine has got the hawk here, or the falcon, right? Aries energy. They're waiting for this masculine to take the lead. And maybe this is a masculine who's never done that before. Knight of Wands. But here they come. They're learning. And okay, so maybe this is a masculine who was kind of in a passive role, and then they're like, oh, this feminine wants me to take the lead. Oh, I can do that. And they're accessing their fire placements. And they're like, oh, I actually can do that. But they wanted to make sure that they didn't do this out of the typical Sagittarius, Knight of Wands, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Like, that's a very inspiring and exciting. Judgment Day. I always get like the helicopter coming in at the last minute to save the people before they die in the desert. Like, and they're like, they're here, right? Red Cross. It's like the medevac. So it represents healing. It's like the angels are gonna praise upon this union. Knight of Cups. Okay, well there he is again in the Knight of Cups. So that tells me, that confirms this masculine is not just coming in the Knight of Wands with all heat, all passion, all fire. They are still coming in with that cup for the feminine in the Queen of Cups energy. All right, we have Death, that Scorpionic energy, and the High Priestess. This High Priestess always makes me a little bit like, oh, what's going on here? Because I did burn her with sage, so somebody has had to protect themselves. And see, in this water queen, this Queen of Cups, she's sort of guarded. Like, her cup is armored up. She's got the Sphinx is there. The Southern Oracle from Neverending Story. So I'm going to have Virgo placements because I'm getting a little bit nutty about the arrangement of these cards. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Like, I just messed them up intentionally. Like, it's okay to come in a little messy. It doesn't have to be perfect. Somebody is in this trepidatious, skittish fish, water energy of Pisces energy in their heart space. Like, it has to be perfect, right? And Virgo is the polarity sign to Pisces, so that is someone who is like, you know, if you want something done right, ask a Virgo. If you want something done right now, ask somebody else. Ask a fire sign. Warrior of Shields. This is the Knight of Pentacles. The same things coming out to confirm. The Knight of Pentacles is clarifying the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So yeah, there is that Virgo Pisces energy, that earth and water energy of somebody who takes their time. They move very slowly, but even if a page comes in, right? I'll take the Page of Pentacles over the Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving knight and the slowest moving page, right? I'll take that because at least when they come in, this is an overthinker. If you are loved by an overthinker, you are truly loved because that person has looked at every aspect of it. They've looked at every angle. They've questioned everything. They've analyzed and analyzed and analyzed. They've analyzed their analysis, right? So it's like somebody could have a black dog, But the dog here represents loyalty. And again, it's honor. This person is very honorable, and they want to make sure that when they come in, they're offering you loyalty. Their pentacles are about value, you know, so they're coming in with true moral values. This person is they respect this feminine's value system. With the Nine of Pentacles, they see this feminine as being, and they know this feminine has been burned in the past. Like, they know, I'm sorry. Like, it was an accident. But it is ironic, because it's just funny to me, because like she's got this, I gave her this sage scar. Someone could have a very unique scar or like marking. Maybe a tattoo. Maybe on the chest somewhere, or like the shoulder or something, because it's like there's something unique about this feminine. But it is just funny, because she was always like this, kind of guarded, which the High Priestess is somebody who is aligned with divine sight. So why would you be afraid if you can see what's coming? This is a feminine who doubts their intuition, or has doubted their intuition. The Magician, Coyote, 10 of Cups, baby. And there he is, Chief of Blades. This is the King of Swords, coming in with communication. But see, they've also got this Wands energy of the firearm. So this is a masculine. This is like this gives me like a pre-emperor, but the King of Swords, that again is somebody who's incredibly discerning. They have done the work. They have evaluated every angle. When they speak truth. People listen to this masculine when they speak. Something about their voice. When they speak, they command a room. And whether they do that in a low register, or they have a high register. Not a high register. You know, because that implies stress. However this masculine speaks, it's very open. I feel like their throat chakra is wide open, because they are fluent in truth. This is not a masculine who, and it's like, I get Aliens, Sigourney Weaver, right? She has the firearm. Get away from her, you bitch. Like, there's something about this masculine who's going to protect this feminine. So there could be some sort of influences where this masculine has to kind of stick up for the feminine, or speak some sort of truth to other people who are maybe trying to cast some lies or some gossip, or and again, I do feel like this masculine has a fire placement that is like, they'll pull it out when they need to, but they don't need to pull it out all the time, because the way that they command and set boundaries and all of that, they don't have to pull this fire out all the time. But if you cross a boundary, get ready for the fire, because it's not going to be pretty. All right, we'll pull from this. The Hermit. There's that Virgo energy. Waiting for the right time. There's something about the timing, the window. This masculine could be very connected to the moon with those moon cycles, and they may know that they need to, they could have strong water placements as well, so they may be timing it up with the moon, because they understand how the feminine is linked to the moon naturally. We have the Eight of Wands and the Six of Swords, so that's the rescue, and that's somebody coming in an unconventional way, and also going against the grain. This is a new cycle of activation, and it feels like a lot of messages, like a lot of downloads through that Sagittarius energy, through the crown chakra, and a lot of expression. So a lot of, like, when the communication comes in, it will be consistent, it will be very active. It's just going to take its sweet time to get here. So but you want it to come in right. right. It's just funny we didn't get a ton of fire. The fire is kind of like subdued in this. It's there, and it will come out when it's necessary. And the masculine does understand that they need to activate, that they need to approach. Because they want their feminine to wait, but they also don't want their feminine to lose hope. So there is kind of like a fine line between the two. All right. Hopefully there was something in here for you, collective. Until next time, I wish you well.